I'm Ryan Russo, and I have made now over 200K selling high-ticket custom website design. And in this video, I am going to talk about the pros and cons for high-ticket website design, adding it to your graphic design business, or if you should take the templated website approach. And this YouTube channel is just teaching graphic designers who already have businesses how to add high-ticket website design to their businesses. And you don't need to know any coding. You don't need to know development or much of anything. I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know on this channel. And so quickly, this is what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over the templated basic website, what it includes, the pros and cons of everything, the custom build, what it includes, pros and cons. All right, so real quick, why am I doing this? Well, I like teaching. I know that I can add 5 to 10K a month to your business just by adding high-ticket custom website design. I'm doing everything for free right now, but one day, hopefully I can make money teaching people just like you how to do this, and I'd love to meet some more people. All right, so this video series, this is day 8, and we're going to go over the types of websites. And if you didn't see the last 7 videos, this is what I'm covering in all of them. It is very in-depth on every video. All right, so just as a reminder, there's 2 ways to add websites to your offering. One, you can have a referral partner like me. I have graphic designers that send me business. I do the work for them, and I give them a fee back, a referral fee. You can make 1 to 3K a month just doing this. It's super easy. All you do is send an email to your client saying, hey, Ryan will do the website. Here's the guy. Anybody that you send to your web designer or web agency should give you a very nice referral bonus for that. You get paid immediately. The other thing I'm teaching on this channel is just subcontracting, which is you not actually learning the development part. If you're comfortable doing the design part, you can do it. But ideally, you hire a designer, hire a developer per project. And I talk about this in, let's see, day 5, how to hire subcontractors. I also talk about this in video 1 and 2. But just finding subcontractors, paying them per project, and you can make a ton of money doing this. An extra 5 to 10K a month, easy. I think this is easy. It's just not as easy as sending one email. And I think you can start making money in like 14 days doing this. All right, so let's get into today's video. Let's start with basic. So a basic templated site where you go on Envato and you purchase a template of a website. Let's say you're doing an electrician's website. You go buy an electrician template. You basically sell it to your client. Normally it's like 5 pages, 10 pages, whatever. You can get different templates. You're not offering a redesign. You're only changing colors, text, and image. They know it's a template. You're telling them they can get it in like 2 to 5 days normally. Sometimes it's like 10 days. The client gets no say in changes, really. We're not like moving stuff. We're just changing the color of the buttons, basically. And you can also include some SEO stuff and hosting if you want, but that's optional and a little bit difficult to sell, and I'll talk about that in a second. All right, so the pros of this model, it's very easy to sell these websites because they're generally low ticket. A lot of people have the thought that when they're looking for a website, they just want like the cheapest thing. Well, they know it's a necessity. I need a website. Maybe it's a new business. They go, I need a new website. I think they're $500. Let's go find somebody who can do this for $500. So it's very easy to sell. They find you. If you're not totally horrible and you charge $500, then done. It's really easy to fulfill. This part is actually really, really nice, especially if you have some way of generating new leads. Then fulfilling these is easy. You may already actually be doing it this way. But yeah, you literally just type in the new copy, you put in their pictures, you change out the colors, you're done. Maybe you're even using AI for pictures, it's like even easier. You can write an automation that fills out the whole page for you in 30 seconds. And then you just turn around and sell it for $500. It's good for an MRR play. So what I mean by this is a lot of people that do the templated basic sites, instead of selling like $500, they sell it for $200 a month or $100 a month or whatever you think you can get for it. Maybe you include some SEO stuff, whatever package you want. I talk more about that in my pricing video, how to add recurring rev, day 6. But it is pretty good for MRR because you can just churn them out. So if you have a way to get clients, or if you're running ads or whatever, You get the clients, you sell them, boom, you have like MRR 200 a month, boom, next one, that one's done. You can get it accomplished in 5 days. Yeah, so the 5-day thing is a huge selling point. You can just sell this by itself because some people, they're just like need a website now and they don't really care about anything else. They're just like, well, my business has started. People are going to look for me on the internet. I need them to find me. So that's a massive selling point. And if you do go this route, you should be highlighting this like crazy. I think it's a massive selling point that maybe you don't think is that good, but it is really good. You can sell templates as a proven structure. So, especially if you're in a niche, like if you're just doing electricians, you can sell them the electrician site package. They know it's a template, but you're like, this is the package. This one is already proven. It's already generated these results. We know it ranks. It looks beautiful, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, it's more of like, it's easier to sell if you phrase it as it's already the proven structure. Don't go get some crazy custom site. Just use the proven one that already works. And using lines like that, maybe you can sell for $1,000 or something like that. And you get to show it to the client before they purchase, which I guess could be a con or could be a pro, depending on how sexy the template is. All right, so cons. It's a lower ticket price generally. I already touched on that. But you can niche down. Let's say you only do electricians and your template is 30 pages. You have some doorway pages. If you don't know what a doorway page is, basically just a service and location for every location they serve. So if they're in 5 cities or towns or whatever, you have pages for all of those location pages. You can just include all of that into one big bundle and you can sell it for a higher ticket. This is the bundle. It's $5,000, even though it's a template. They're getting like a 40-page website. It's a proven structure. You can kind of upsell it a little bit. You can't stand out with this, again, unless you're niched. You're just like everybody else who does this exact same thing. You're reselling templates and filling them out. A lot of the clients will have race to the bottom. So if you're 500 and the other guy's 400, you lost your client. Doesn't matter. Your portfolio will be disgusting. Maybe I'm just picky on portfolios, but I see these portfolios all the time and they're so ugly. I don't know why people like them. They're horrible. Even the really good templates, or the high selling templates on Envato, they just look terrible. They're so bad. Anyway, generally speaking, the lower your price, the worse your customer is. The person that's paying you $500 for their website, for their new business, they don't have any revenue. Like that $500 they're expecting is going to make them money. And if it doesn't, they're going to call you nonstop until it does. So generally, the lower you price, the worse customers you get. Clients are going to ask for changes on your templated sites, even though you tell them they can't have any changes. They're not going to like this or that. And they're going to say, can you just change it? Just redesign it for me. And then the last thing, if you show the client the templates, hey, here's the template I use for electricians, or hey, I have these 3 electrician templates. Which one do you like the best? Well, what happens if they don't like any of them? You're gone. But a lot of times the lower tier clients, they're not super picky. If they are, they're looking for custom websites anyway. All right, let's get into the custom build. So obviously, this is what I like. This is how you make a lot of money. And okay, we'll get into it. Okay, so you can do any number of pages, any number of features. It's custom. So you're not locking the client into any sort of package or fixed thing. You let them be free with what they want. You give them custom design with custom animations. If you show a client these, normally, if it's good, they're normally amazed. They love it. Oh, I love what you did there. I love how the logos hover, all that good stuff. Normally, it's about 60-day delivery. Could be longer, could be shorter. Generally, if it's longer than this, it's because the client is dragging their feet and they are not getting you the things that you need. You can guarantee the design. I guess over here you can guarantee the same thing, but they're going to see it before they buy it. So this allows you to guarantee the design, which is a really good selling point. So you can say, hey, I do the site custom. If you don't love it, I'll give you unlimited revisions. If we can't get it right, I'll give you all your money back. This is exactly what I tell all my customers. They love this because their biggest fear, one of their biggest fears, is that they're going to get a website that they hate. So when you can guarantee the design, big win. And then I talk about in the subcontracting video how you find designers that will guarantee their own designs as you subcontract. So it's really not on you. You don't really lose anything if they, for some reason, back out. If you have good designers, they generally offer, unlimited revisions or a guarantee, and you just transfer that to your client as a selling point. It's easier with the higher ticket clients to offer the SEO value stack. You can do monthly SEO, or you can just like tack on page SEO, technical SEO, keyword research, all that good stuff. And then same thing with the hosting value stack. Like these clients that care about custom design, they also care about security. They also care about having backups and things like that. So selling those things in addition and making more money on your website is easier with those bigger clients. All right, pros of this: high ticket, you got good clients. These guys have revenue. 10 grand is not the end of the world to them. In a lot of cases, I have clients, I show them the price and they say, that's it, which is crazy. It's crazy. If you're good enough at, sales, and your portfolio is beautiful and your, marketing is done well, at the end of the pitch, you should give them the price and they go, that's it. They're the best clients ever. They're amazing. They trust you. They let you do your thing. You deliver a good product to them, and they just trust you to do that, and they don't bother you. And they also don't. Some clients, they inject their own thoughts on, they want to be this or that, and their choices can impact their rankings or can impact the functionality of the website when they change certain things. So higher ticket clients generally are better because they let you help them succeed. You get a sexy portfolio, which really helps you sell. It's like once you start this, it's kind of like a snowball effect. It's compounding. Your sexy portfolio just keeps getting sexier because you keep adding more sexy websites to it. It's great for cash flow because you get, $5,000 up front and you build the website and you get the other $5,000, or however you do your pricing. I talk about this in this pricing models video, which honestly is the best video on my channel, but it's not getting any views. So that's on you guys. That I wish somebody had told me this pricing structure stuff from day 3. Really that. Anyway, okay. Easy to upsell. Talked about that. Different than, this is supposed to say competitors, autocorrect. You're going up against 1,000 people who offer templates. So if you can be the one that offers custom design, that's not just a template, that all the websites don't look the same, you really can stand out in that field. It's not easy, but you get to stand out. And so with high ticket, include high margin. You sell a $10,000 site and you can fulfill it. I'm not going to go into the margins of my business on here, but you can fulfill it for a lot less. Whereas if you sell a $500 website, you still have costs. You still have fixed costs every month. So the margins are lower on that side. Margins are much higher, subcontracting and doing it that way. All right, great clients talk about this, and you get to offer unlimited revisions with this, which again is a big selling point. All right, cons, there's only a few. The fulfillment can hurt you. 60 days, some clients go, I don't have time for that. And then it really, a lot of times, ends up being 90 days when the client takes a vacation. They don't get you the pictures in time. They don't get you their logo. You ask for them to approve the design, and they, take 7 days to respond to your email. That's honestly, there are solutions for that I just haven't implemented in my business because I'm not there yet. But yeah, you'll have longer fulfillment. Sometimes it's harder to sell these. Sometimes I do get sticker shock. Most of the time I do not get sticker shock, and that's just because my website, my form, my Calendly, my marketing weeds out a lot of the low ticket buyers. But occasionally a low ticket buyer comes through. We do the pitch. I tell them, hey, it's 10 grand. And they go, oh my gosh, this is way too expensive. I can't believe this is so expensive. But most of the time it's not that, but it can be that. When you're doing bigger projects that take 2 or 3 months, it's slower to build your portfolio. Now, not this one really builds your portfolio at all, because again, unless your portfolio is a bunch of different templates, but that's pathetic, in my opinion. Don't do that. It can be slow to build your portfolio. Maybe you're only doing like 10 or 20 websites a year. It gets a little slow. And then some clients do get really picky. When you give them unlimited changes, they can't take advantage of that. Normally they don't. And like the higher the price, the less they tend to nitpick it. which doesn't make sense to me, but that's how it works. So yeah, anyway, overall, I'm a big custom build guy. You get to stand out a little bit. Everyone says they do custom build, but they don't. And their custom build is not actually like nice. Just look at the sites. If you look at the competition out there, there's very few people that are doing really beautiful sites. They're either doing templates that are plain and boring, or their custom is just like they built it themselves. They're dragging the boxes, and it just still doesn't look nice. So if you can build really high-end looking websites, which you can do with these subcontractors, the entire world has lots and lots of amazing designers. You can go find the best ones in the world and just hire them to build the site. And now your portfolio is amazing. Ta-da. So yeah, I love the custom build. Obviously, I've made a lot of money doing it. You can too. And yeah, thanks for watching. Tomorrow's video will probably of exact process start to finish. I might jump around a little bit just because I'm looking at my analytics and seeing what people are watching and enjoying. And I'm slightly changing my roadmap on my series to give the people what they want. All right.